Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Thursday the 22nd of September. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll start by taking a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. And between days 11 and 15 there is some model agreement and consistency for temperatures to be generally within 1 or 2 degrees of climate averages across most areas of Europe. The 6 to 10 day period is forecast to be a notably warm spell, particularly across many central and western areas of Europe, with the majority of the available forecast models signalling temperatures to be at least 3 or 4 degrees above climate norms, though potentially perhaps as much as 5 degrees above average across some central and western areas of Europe in particular. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, there continues to be some model agreement and consistency, and that is for temperatures to be at least 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages, but perhaps as much as 4 or even 5 degrees across some central and western areas of Europe, including perhaps Switzerland and France, for example. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And between days 11 and 15, as we move into the opening week of October, confidence levels are medium to suggest that temperatures are likely to be at least 2 or perhaps 3 degrees above climate averages. However, as you can see, there is some model divergence, and some of the more recent GFS deterministic models maintain temperatures to be at least 4 or 5 degrees above climate means. Given model agreement and consistency, particularly between the GFS ensembles and the EC ensembles, I expect temperatures, as represented by the solid red line, to be around perhaps 2 or 3 degrees above a climate mean of 13 degrees Celsius. Between days 6 and 10, as we move through the final week of September, confidence levels are medium or medium to high for temperatures overall to be at least 3 or 4 degrees above climate averages, particularly towards the 28th and 29th of September, when there is generally good model agreement for temperatures to be at least 4 degrees above climate means. Towards the 27th, there is a new and recent development for temperatures to temporarily drop to around 1 or 2 degrees above climate means in association with a cooler westerly air mass across the UK. There is some uncertainty surrounding this, however, given that it is a recent and new development. The following weather chart for Thursday the 29th of September helps to illustrate why temperatures are likely to become above climate averages across many central and western areas of Europe, and that is in association with an area of high pressure across eastern Europe, combining with low pressure to the northwest of the UK to produce a warm southwesterly air mass across many central and western regions. However, there is model uncertainty with regards to just how warm this southwesterly air mass will be, and hence the uncertainty with regards to how significantly above average temperatures will become. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high given very good model agreement and consistency for temperatures to initially start very near to climate norms, but as we move towards the weekend of the 24th and 25th of September, for temperatures to become around 2 or 3 degrees above climate means. And now moving on to take a closer look at expected European temperatures. And between days 11 and 15 there is generally some model agreement and consistency for temperatures across most areas of Europe to be at least 2 or perhaps 3 degrees above climate averages. Some central and western areas of Europe, including Switzerland and France, are likely to have temperatures around 3 degrees above average, yet some eastern areas of Europe, including Germany and Austria for example, may have temperatures only around 1 or 2 degrees above climate averages. Using the latest France model comparison graph to illustrate the 11 to 15 day period, you can see that within the highlighted red circle all of the available forecast models have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages. My particular forecast, as represented by the solid red line, also maintains temperatures to be around 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages across western areas of Europe in particular, between days 11 and 15. Moving on to the 6 to 10 day period, and once again, as with yesterday, this period is forecast to be particularly warm across many areas of Europe, particularly central and western areas of Europe, including Benelux, France and the United Kingdom for example, where temperatures may be at least 4 if not 5 degrees above climate averages. Overall, the majority of Europe is likely to be warm, with temperatures trending above climate means. The latest Benelux model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation, as you can see as we move through days 6 to 10 through the final week of September. With the exception of some outlier runs from the EC deterministic, the majority of the available forecast models and my specific temperature forecast, as represented by the solid red line, has temperatures at least 4 or 5 degrees above climate averages, in what is forecast to be a particularly warm spell of weather across most areas of Europe during the final few days of September. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high given good model agreement for temperatures across most areas to start near or perhaps just trending slightly above climate averages by 1 or 2 degrees, but by day 4 and 5 temperatures are likely to become at least 3 or 4 degrees above climate averages as increasingly warm weather begins to develop, particularly across central and western areas of Europe, including Switzerland, France and the UK for example. We're now taking a look at the expected Scandinavian precipitation forecast, and there is relatively low confidence given this forecast as a result of generally varying model outputs over the recent few days. Most of the signal is for precipitation totals to be generally above climate averages across most areas of Norway and also northern regions of Sweden and perhaps Finland. However, southern regions of Norway and particularly southern regions of Sweden may well have precipitation totals trending below climate averages over the next 7 to 14 days. However, as I have highlighted, there is quite low confidence in this forecast given recent model divergences over the exact precipitation trends and totals across Scandinavia. And now taking a look at global weather alerts which highlight significant deviations from normal. And overall the trend continues today, and it is worth to highlight that the latest forecast models maintain well above average temperatures across many western areas of the United States and now also into western areas of Canada. Here temperatures may be at least 8 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit above climate means, with mean surface temperatures of around 20 to 30 degrees Celsius possible. And finally, there continues to be an interesting temperature trend across many areas of China, particularly over the next 7 to 10 days. And that is for many northern regions of China to have temperatures at least 6 to 8 degrees above climate averages in what is forecast to be a particularly warm spell of weather, yet in contrast most southern regions are likely to have temperatures at least 4 degrees below climate averages, with mean surface temperatures generally below climate norms. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.